Warning. This game contains strong language, drugging, general violence, depictions of blood, murder, death, emotional abuse, manipulation and isolation, shaking scenes, and implications of workplace harassment. So this is for 17 or older audiences. Let's confirm. This is a game called Where Winter Crows Go. And it's about a yandere. I like to play games about yanderes, you know. That's like one of my favorite topics. Yes, and now we will start. This is gonna be a long game, and we're gonna try to play the full thing, but we're gonna start. Hey there, Snowflake. Before we begin the story, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Would you like to play as Aspen, the canon protagonist, or would you rather self-insert? If you choose to play Aspen, the pronouns will be set to they, them, and their sprite will be shown. Yes, I'll play as Aspen. You have chosen to play as the protagonist. We can't wait to meet you, Aspen. I don't need to self-insert. The road is quiet. No real sound can be heard except for the humming of my four-wheeled companion. No sign from any other cars in hours, not even a motorbike. The frosty air is so prominent, I can feel it pierce through the window's glass. Bless whoever invented car heaters. I don't know why I suddenly grabbed my backpack for a 1-week trip to Frost Peak Town. I mean, I know it's supposedly famous for skiing or whatever, but it's literally in the middle of nowhere. What am I, a teenager hungry for a thrill? Who am I kidding? I know exactly why I'm doing this. Fuck my work. Fuck my boss. Fuck society. Fuck it all. They can burn each other for all I care. I'm not usually this impulsive, but winter sports might just be what I need to take my mind off things. And no one's going to take me away from my well-earned break. No one. What the heck? In the middle of my venting session, a crow flies right in front of the windshield. Ah! Although I nearly lose control, I manage to get a firm hold of the steering wheel. Damn bird. Is it suicidal or what? It nearly killed me. Whatever, I'll just... Huh? The car seemed weirdly off balance all of a sudden. Really? Now? Here? Shit. I walk outside. Goddamn, Herbie, you looking a little flat over there. And your parent is so irresponsible they had to forgot to bring you a spare tire. Oh, the car is named Herbie. Oh, that's cute. I take my phone from my pants pocket. No reception, of course. No one is going to take away your well-earned break. Huh, Aspen? Well, a stupid crow just freaking did. I kicked the snow. As much as complaining feels good to get your frustrations out of your chest, is not going to solve anything. Time to explore the wondrous world of Winter Wonderland. Come with me through the snow. Right. Now, where would I go if my car had a problem? A gas station? Yeah, if only. There's literally nothing here. Nothing but snow and big-ass trees. Frost Peak Town should be somewhere around this area, though. I just need to keep walking. At least this view is pretty, yeah. A nice walk in the winter time. Oh, trees, and more trees, and a very beautiful path down a land of trees. Well, the trees changed. I guess that's progress. The others were pines, right? Not sure about these ones, though. But still, how come I haven't seen a single person or animal throughout my entire hike? Don't bears usually live here? Not that I want to meet one. Hope I don't find one of their dens while they're hibernating. I'm surprised I don't see any deer either, considering there was a sign and all. Is it me, or is it getting colder? Guess I'll keep walking. Trudge, trudge, trudge through the snow. Trudge, trudge, trudge. Okay, nah, it's definitely colder now. My hands feel like ice cubes, and of course I had forgot my freaking gloves. How can you forget your gloves? It's in the middle of the winter wonderland. You didn't think, hey, there's snow on the ground, might as well put some gloves on my hands real quick. Putting them in my pockets does nothing either. Oh, you kinda did that to yourself a little bit, Aspen. Ugh. You didn't know where you were, and you had gloves and you didn't take them? In the middle of the winter? I don't get that. Sure enough, the freezing weather begins out the first snowflakes of the day. They fall slowly yet relentlessly, and I can't resist the urge to catch a few with my tongue. I wish they tasted like something. Usually I don't mind snow. It's undeniable that tiny ice crystals are very pretty, especially when it's sunny. It's as if everything is glistening. Not to mention, snow has a strange way of making you feel nostalgic, even if you've never seen it before. Yep, I definitely don't mind it. You could even say I like it, when I know I'm not at risk for getting hyperthermia, that is. What's next, a snowstorm? Oh, you just had to speak it into existence, didn't you, Aspen? Great. Is that a log cabin? Maybe whoever lives there can help me. Or not. I'm having such bad luck today that I wouldn't be surprised if it were abandoned. I bet it can protect me from the storm, though. Though, I hope. What? Never mind. I don't want to be alone in the cold. Let's see another human being. Hello? Is anyone in there? Please, I need help. No answer. Maybe they didn't hear me. My car got a flat tire. I have nowhere to go. Can you help me? Please. My hands are numb and I have turned a deep shade of purple. My body shivering so violently I can barely stand. Fucking hell, it's so cold. The front door starts unlocking. I would have broke a window to get in at that point. Hello? No. I wake up in an unfamiliar room. Where am I? Is this inside of the log cabin? I must have passed out. What time is it? Did I sleep the whole night? Out of habit, I touch my pants pocket to take out my phone. What the? Only to find I'm wearing an entirely new outfit. Huh. I guess whoever helped me must have changed my clothes. Weird. They even bandaged my hands. I should go find them. Where could they be? Hello? Wow, this cabin is bigger than it looks. How many rooms does it even have? The door is at the far back. Must be the entrance. I hear a bit of noise from the room on the right. Is that where the person who helped me is? Then again, I don't know who they are. What if it's someone dangerous? But they did help you and bandage your hands, so... Well, not like I have keys anyway. I should meet them before drawing any conclusions. Also, they did help me, so they can't be all that bad. Horror game main characters must be rubbing off on me. Speaking of horror games, you might be in one. When I enter the room, I find myself a small yet cozy kitchen. And then I see him. A green-haired man who appeared to be an average stature, wearing a lab coat and washing the dishes. That's kind of anticlimactic. Huh? I said that out loud, and now he's staring at me. Ah! Abort mission. Maybe if I'm quick enough, I can escape through the window. Oh hey, you woke up. The man either chooses to ignore my slip-up or he doesn't really care. After removing his cleaning gloves, he takes a few steps my way and stops right in front of me. I was actually about to check up on you after cleaning up. How do you feel? I'm okay. I can't say I'm feeling great, to be honest. I'm okay, all things considered. Huh. Okay. I think. That's good enough in my book. It was quite a close call, wasn't it? You can say that again. Thank you for helping me. Of course. By the way, I'm sorry about changing clothes without permission. I was kind of an emergency since you were... Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, you did what you had to do in that kind of situation. If anything, I'm actually really grateful, because otherwise I would have probably gotten hyperthermia. Or worse. Much worse. The man gives a sigh of relief. Thank goodness. I can't believe he was worried about that. What I was gonna think about his actions literally saved my life. He's kinda cute, not gonna lie. If you don't mind me asking, can you tell me what happened? How did you get caught in a snowstorm? Alright, what can I say? A stupid crow scared the hell out of me when I was driving my car and got a flat tire as a result. I see, that's quite unfortunate. Did I say something weird? Anyway, I thought I'd ask for help, but you're literally the first person I've seen in the whole area. Which reminds me, I don't think we introduced ourselves yet, right? True. Does he need to hear something? Why is he suddenly so nervous? Bruh. Why is that the first conclusion you come to? Now I'm getting nervous. I better get introductions out of the way. I'm Aspen. Oh, what a pretty name.
I'm Crow.
Hi, Crow. Are you the crow that flew into my window? Seriously? No wonder you made a weird face. But don't worry, I only meant the animal. Besides, I doubt anyone who has a job that requires wearing a lab coat is actually stupid. Well, mostly anyway. Not that he needs to know that. I know. I just wasn't expecting to hear my name in that manner. I bet. In any case, it's nice to meet you, Crow. The pleasure is all mine. This guy is actually so nice. I could ask him if he knows how far I am away from Frost Peak Town. Wouldn't it be good to overstay my welcome after all? Can I ask you something? Where are my manners? I still haven't offered you anything to drink. Oh, it's okay. I don't want to impose. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the music down real quick. We got some smooth jazz going on in the background. I don't mind it at all. You don't want to impose. Nonsense. I finally have a guest. Finally? I'll go ahead and prepare some chaga tea. It's very good for the cold weather. Thank you. I have no idea what chaga is, but he seems to know what he's talking about, so... Would you like something to eat as well? Don't be shy now. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Actually, breakfast sounds wonderful. Excellent, he said. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. My pleasure. It's been a while since I last cooked for someone. I'm excited to know what you think. Oh, that's really sweet of him. I can't wait. By the way, is there anything you can't eat? I'm good with anything.
Alrighty.
Why don't you wait for me in the living room? It's right next to the kitchen. The living room, huh? I guess, with how many doors the hallway has, it makes sense. Still, the cabin doesn't seem that big from the outside. Weird. Yeah, gotcha. Wow! Crow sure has a lot of books. Me and him relate. Maybe he is some kind of scientist, at least he looks the part. It's pretty cozy too, kind of surreal knowing how cold it is outside. After awkwardly wandering about the room for a couple of minutes, I decided to sit on one of the couches. Oh my gosh. I lift myself up and throw myself on the seat cushion a few more times for good measure. Okay. So comfy. I wonder if it's tailor-made. The couches sold in Silvering City definitely aren't as comfortable as this one. Well, the ones in Golden Willow, in any case. So many places, I don't know. The carpet looks so really inviting. Should I take off my boots to feel the fiber texture under my feet? Yes. Why not? Here goes. It's so soft. I'd love to have one of these at home. Having fun? Crow smirks at me while holding a tray with a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm not too mad. Quite the opposite, in fact. It makes me happy that you feel right at home. Alright. Wow, pancakes! I quickly pick up my fork to give them a taste. The fluffy texture of the pancakes combined with the juiciness of the berries and the floral and the sweet taste of honey send me right to heaven. Shogu. Several compliments slipped down my mouth before I could finish swallowing. I can't even help it. They're freaking amazing. Looks like someone was hungry. That's embarrassing. What am I, a kid? Sorry about that. Got a little bit too excited. Nothing to be sorry about. I'm happy you like them so much. They were fantastic. I never had honey this good. What type of honey is it? It is spring wildflower honey. Isn't it wonderful how the flavor and the color can change so much depending on the time of the year it's harvested? Definitely. It also depends on the flowers the bees collected the nectar from. That's so cool. I'd love to try other types of honey. Don't forget the chaga tea, though. It'll warm you right up. I'll take the mug of the chaga tea and rest my cheek on the ceramic. It's warm and has an earthy aroma. Wonderful. I've never had chaga tea before, but it doesn't smell like anything I've ever tasted. What herb or fruit does it come from? Curious, aren't we? Chaga is a type of mushroom that grows on the bark of birch trees. It's a little hard to find, and you need to be careful not to confuse it with dead chaga, but it's worth the search, since it's very good for you. Wow, that's kinda cool. Right?
Nature is amazing.
Indeed, Crow, it is. It sure is. When it's not trying to kill you, that is. But I don't want to dampen the mood. He looks happy. I distract myself by taking a sip of tea that choke almost unexpectedly at the taste. So bitter. Oops, I forgot to mention that.
Here, have some sugar, Snowflake.
I liked how he has some dialogue. Snowflake. Give him a nickname too. Thanks, Jewel. Ugh. No problem. I guess he wasn't expecting that. He did blush, though. Crow doesn't seem to mind, though he even looks happy. How cute. I added 2 teaspoons of sugar and stir. Better? A lot, thank you. Maybe the bitter taste will grow on you in time. Who knows? Wait a minute, how long are you planning to keep here? I mean, how much time am I planning to stay here? I wonder if it's the natural food store near home sells chaga tea. Which reminds me, are you a nature scientist, Crow? Oh, curious about me, aren't we? Maybe. I like your honesty.
Something like that. I prefer to call myself an environmental researcher.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you have anything you specialize in?
Well, nature is pretty vast, so I study a bit of everything. Plants, animals, ecosystems. But right now, I'm researching partial migration in certain animals.
Partial? Your face tells me you have more questions. You got me. Partial migration is just like the name suggests. It's a phenomenon where only some individuals of certain species move from one region to another, while the rest stay put. I see. Kinda like when some birds migrate because of winter. Yes, exactly. For some reason, the animals who don't migrate during winter tend to be the same ones as the ones who don't migrate in the following year, and so forth. That's intriguing, isn't it? It really makes you want to know why. Perhaps it's a bit ironic, but I'm actually focusing on crows right now. Well, what can I say? It fits you to the T. Not a pun at all. Not the chaga tea pun. Oh no. I better do the research justice then. That makes me wonder, was the crow I saw on the road a partial migrator or not? But enough about me. Why don't you tell me more about yourself? Can this guy turn into a crow? Is he named Crow because he can turn into a crow and he has a crow feather around his neck? I'm just wondering. Promise you're not gonna laugh.
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Okay. To be honest, I needed a break. My job back home is really stressful, to say the least. I don't know when the last time I took a vacation was. A real vacation. Not just a day off, you know? I started to fidget with my fingers. Work's always like this. This is urgent, or I need you to be online. Or Jerry screwed up again and now we gotta do overtime. Every day, at every hour, everywhere. It's pure chaos. I bend forward. There's just no escape. And bury my head in my hands. I feel so stuck all the time. Like there's no point in everything. Like I'm living to work and not working to live. Like I want to disappear for an indefinite amount of time and not think about anything. Which is pretty much what I did. Well, partially anyway, because partial migration, I partially migrated away from my job. Because I only took 1 week off. God, what am I saying to a stranger? Sorry, got a bit overwhelmed for a second. It's alright, Snowflake. I think it's good that you're letting it all out. He's being so sweet. I almost want to cry, but I feel embarrassed about being so vulnerable with the person I barely know. Call me weird for thinking this, but it feels good to talk to him. It feels like I'm really being listened to for the first time. Like he actually cares. Even when he doesn't know me.
I'm not sure why you thought I was going to laugh, though. What I see is a very hard-working person who's clearly not being appreciated and needs to relax.
Yes, that's what you see, 'cause that's what I told you to see. And probably be a little pampered, too. I think you were right about taking a week off. In fact, you should have probably asked for more. Thank you. Though, I'm sure Crow noticed my voice breaking. He chooses not to say anything. Probably out of kindness. Why don't you tell me more about this vacation of yours? Where were you planning to go? Oh, alright. Well, I actually wanted to ask you about it before. Is Frostpeak Town too far away from here?
Huh?
Did you say Frostpeak Town? Yeah, I was looking for places to visit that were good for relieving stress. Not beaches, mind you, something to actually let my frustrations out. So I kept searching and found a bunch of articles saying how skiing was really good for that. Then, let's just say I chose the place that was furthest away from my home to feel like I was genuinely going on a trip. A bit of a thrill seeker, aren't we? I mean, not really. But I guess I needed a bit of excitement to take my mind off things.
Is that so? How curious.
Yeah, that smile should be illegal. By the way, to answer your last question, Frosty Town is around this area. Really? Isn't? Yes? I sense a but coming. But it's a few hours away by car, unfortunately. Oh. There is a bus that takes you there, though. The bus stop isn't far from here. Then again, the snowstorm yesterday did quite a number on the roads, so it will probably take a while before all the snow is removed. They will most likely have to repair the damage, too. Fucking hell. Do you know how much time it'll take until the buses resume their usual routes? About a week, I'm assuming. Sheesh. There goes my vacation. Guess I have to stay in this area then. What about the hotels? Are there any around here, Crow? Hotels? I don't think so. Not many people come visit this area. They don't? Not during winter, anyhow. What does that mean? Unlike Frost Peak, this village doesn't have a real attractions, per se. Not to mention, only about 11 people live here. Farmers and people with summer vacation houses, to be more precise. Well, and me. Wait, this is a rural area? More so in other seasons, it's mostly deserted during the winter, since this village is not well suited to shelter cattle in such harsh weather conditions. It's most likely the reason why this village is called Winter Hollow. Winter Hollow? Sounds kinda cool, but it's also a bit ominous.
A bit similar to partial migration, don't you think?
Now that he mentions it, that must also be why I saw no one on the way here. I'm pretty sure Frost Peak has a hotel in this town, but what am I supposed to do then? We don't say anything for a while. This is probably the unluckiest break I've had in a long time. Getting a flat and having no replacement for it. Forgetting my gloves when going to such a old place. Getting caught in a snowstorm in a village that's pretty much deserted, save for one person. Am I cursed or something? Why can't luck be on my side for once? Burnout is the freaking worst. I can't even take a vacation properly. Crow was the first one to break the silence.
Why don't you stay here for a few days?
Eh? Did I hear him right? Why you look so surprised? Considering there aren't many alternatives, I think it's a good idea, don't you think? I'd love to stay. Really? I'd love to. That's great! Let's give in to this guy. Maybe this is a bit silly, but to be honest, I've always wanted to spend a vacation in a log cabin. 'Cause, I mean, just look at them. At yours. They're so freaking cool! But, don't worry, I'll definitely... Damn it, I did it again. Sorry about that. I got way too enthusiastic over there. Don't be sorry, it makes me overjoyed you like my cabin and want to stay. His enthusiasm is so infectious that I find myself jumping for joy as well. Seems I have a roommate now. Or cabin mate, rather. Thank you, Crow. I mean it.
We're going to have so much fun you'll never want to leave.
Is that a promise? Stop teasing me like that or I might just believe you. I'll go wash the dishes. Oh, you don't have to. I flashed my palm at him before he finishes his sentence. Nope, you're already letting me stay in your home for a whole week. The least I can do is help you with the dishes and a few other things. Alright. Good. I'll be right back. I arranged the dirty mugs, plates, and teapot on the tray, and head back to the kitchen.
I wasn't joking before, Snowflake.
Okay. He wasn't joking, guys. That means it's gonna get spooky. Brush my teeth. Brush them every day. After waking up from one of the best night's sleeps I've ever had, I made sure to clean myself up in the bathroom. Whew, thank God Crow has so many spare toothbrushes. I guess it makes sense that you need to supply yourself with a whole bunch of stuff if you live in the woods. Can't really make a quick trip to the grocery store, can you? I didn't see a car outside the cabin, though. Oh, maybe he gets everything delivered? The farmers probably sell him stuff, too. Who knows? Once I'm presentable enough, I make my way to the kitchen. I'm greeted with a smell of rice cooking on the stove, and then the sound of Crow's masterful skill of cutting veggies at this ridiculous speed. Better not call out to him just yet, or he might cut himself by accident. The moment I move his head to another room, though, Crow notices me and stops dead in his tracks. Oh? He leaves the knife on the counter and approaches me. Good morning, Aspen. I was about to go wake you up. Morning? Somehow this feels a little like deja vu. Feels a little like deja vu, don't you think? He says out loud while I think that in my head. We spoke to each other like this yesterday, too. Actually, I was thinking the same thing. Perhaps this will become something of a daily ritual for us. Lunch will be ready in a little bit, by the way. Wait, lunch? I know I went to sleep earlier than usual, but still, did this bath relax me that much? Jeez, I slept like a log. Maybe it's the effect of the... Oh my god, please don't say it. Log cabin. Haha, that was terrible. Well, you laughed, didn't you? This cheeky buster. Yeah, whatever. But honestly speaking, Inga, you were under a lot of stress yesterday. It's no wonder you slept so much. If anything, isn't it a good thing I imagine your job doesn't let you rest very well? You're not wrong there. Anyway, do you need help with the food?
Don't worry about it.
It's almost done. But you can help me by editing the table for the living room, if you want. Sure, I'll go ahead and do that then.
Thank you.
So every day I'm just gonna have a meal with this guy. We get a little deeper. One set table later, I wait for Crow by sitting on the two-seater couch. But not for long. The nearly arranged bookshelves in the corner of the room catch my eye once again. All of them are hardcovers. All of them have spines with no titles. Books that look a bit worn out and faded, but not to the point where you can say they're old. Just that they were read several times. Not gonna lie, I'm really curious about his collection. What does Crow like to read? Before I change my mind and chicken out, I grab the reddish book from the other shelves. And the only one with the vibrant color. Let's see. Winter Ecology, Living in the Cold. Well, that's fitting, alright. We have all heard about ecology at least once. How it studies the interrelationships between living things and their environment. How it strives to explain the behavior of assorted species around the world. It is a vast and ever-changing thing. But how much does it truly change in the realm of winter? Recent discoveries have shown the incredible strategies that living things have implemented in order to pull for the cold climates. This in turn reinforces the fact that we are all connected. All connected? To begs the question, how much is truly necessary to survive? The sound of Crow's footsteps distract me from going any further. Just keep the book right with me. I'm not gonna put it back. It's just a book. It's no big deal if I want to read it, right? Besides, he did say I could make myself at home, so I have the creepy eyes now. My goodness. Thanks for waiting so... Oh, he's gonna get mad about it. Oh no. Crow stares at the book in my hands. That one in particular catch your eye? Yeah. Just in case I inspected the hard cover from all sides, is there anything I'm missing? Sorry, was this off limits? No, not at all. Well, I just thought it seemed interesting. Crow?
Thank you.
Wait a minute, did you write this? Oh, it's not quite finished yet, but you actually grabbed the one that's a work in progress. Ha 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 ha. Oh, look at the little yandere, all blushy and shy. Oh. Maybe I'm the yandere. I see those eyes. I see those creepy eyes. You can't fool me. It's kinda cute seeing him all blushy and embarrassed. I was hoping to keep working on it this week. That's amazing, Crow. I'm sure you'll do great.
Thank you.
By the way, if you're interested, I can show you some of my favorites later. Many of these books have taught me a lot of what I know today. They have some especially brilliant scientists throughout history. Sure, that'd be nice. I have to ask though, how can you tell all these apart? There's nothing written on their spines or even their fronts. Oh, each book has a number and a symbol assigned to it depending on the topic. I like to keep them organized in this matter, since textless hardcover books look more aesthetic and neat. Well, you're certainly dedicated, that's for sure. Never thought of it that way, but I guess you have a point. I doubt I'd do it with my own bookshelves, though. Too annoying to keep track of, that's what. Let's eat, shall we? Crow places our lunch on top of the placemats and that I previously set on the wooden table. Don't mind if I do. It looks so good. I love salmon rice. You do? I'm glad. I'll be sure to remember that. Wasting no more time. Then, before I ended up salivating all over my clothes, I wolfed down the meal with gusto. Every flavor is so rich. The smoky and juicy salmon, the fluffy and buttery rice. It's impossible to keep a smile off my face. I love food. That was delicious. Happy success, then. Heck yeah. Once we finish eating, Crow starts pulling out dishes as if it were most natural thing in the world. Wait, Crow, huh? Don't you remember what I said yesterday? I'll take care of that. But Crow looks to the side, but it still doesn't let go of the dishes. Alright, time for plan B. Look, we don't have to wash them right away. Can't we just talk a little more? Oh, definitely. With this, he finally sits back down on the sofa. And he told me I should relax. Can he not see the irony? What would you like to talk about? Well, I feel like we talked a lot yesterday. I'm interested in knowing more about this place, a little bit more. Do you have a TV? Maybe the news could tell us some information about the weather and such. Crow fidgets with his hands. I'm sorry, Snowflake. I don't really watch TV anymore, so I didn't bother to bring one when I moved here. Though I miss watching Ned Talks and Nature Planet. It's okay, honestly. I'm pretty much the same in that regard. I mean, who even watches TV anymore other than Netflix and some other streaming services? Still, never hurts to ask, am I right? That's true. Also, you moved here. Did you have me fooled all along? You're actually a city boy? Well, I'm in my 30s, so hardly a boy. And frankly, I don't know much about the city either. I moved from another village that's west of Winter Hollow. Oh, don't tell me Frostpeak Town. Frostpeak is a beautiful place to live, but no. I moved from a village called Verita Falls, and further to the west. That's a pretty name. What kind of place is it? Crow breaks eye contact and sighs. He leans against the back of his seat and supports his elbow on the sofa's arm before resting his chin on his hand. A little boring, to be honest. Not much to do. I see. He looks a bit uncomfortable. I should change the topic. By the way, I know you said I don't have a TV, but what about Wi-Fi? I noticed I didn't have any reception on my phone, but maybe if I can connect to your Wi-Fi. Crow looks at me as if I'd grown 3 heads. What? Wild Rye? Huh? You're definitely not a city boy. Some things have difficult names, alright? I'm willing to bet nature has names that are even more complicated. What? You think so? Of course, the nature nerd would say that. Anyway, don't worry about it. Back to the topic. Wi-Fi is wireless connection to the internet. It's very convenient, but I guess it's not really necessary if you only have one device. You don't have internet either, right? I'm sorry. I do not know what it is, though. It's not really for me. I'm not very good with this kind of technology. The most I'm willing to do is have an electric generator. Hey, it's okay. Still, internet is convenient, but I think it's really admirable that you're very hands-on with your research. If anything, I wish I could be less addicted to social media and otaku culture. Right? There are just so many things you have to see for yourself. And reading things from the internet doesn't hit quite the same as the feeling of the texture of the paper in your hands. Huh. Well, I always loved the smell of books. Me too. Before we know it, it's already evening and we spent most of the day talking about various topics. I have to say that I'm getting more and more interested in Crow's research. Do you think I could help you with it? Like, you go outside and observe nature, or forage, or something? You'd like to accompany me? Are you kidding me? This is once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Sure, lots of people go skiing, but not everyone can say that they've been studying winter ecology with a bona fide specialist. Well, I certainly wouldn't mind. It'll be nice to finally have some company. And there are things books can't teach, you just have to see them for yourself. But we'll have to go tomorrow morning. Winter days are much shorter after all. The sky's already turned dark. Yeah, that's totally fine. I wouldn't want to be alone in the dark either way, especially given how I got caught in a snowstorm merely 2 days ago. It's getting a bit chilly. Should we make some tea? Yeah, but let me wash the dishes first. Alright, he agrees this time. With Crow right by my side, I pick up the plates and take them to the sink. Still makes me quite uneasy making you wash the dishes. You're a guest. Come on, it's no big deal. Have you never divided household chores with anyone? Not really, I've managed on my own for most of my life. I know, his experience is probably not the same as mine. I know it, and yet I can't help but feel like I can relate. Do you ever feel lonely? Lonely? Lonely, huh?
Not anymore.
Oh? I quickly bent down to grab the broken pieces. But unintentionally cut my palm of my hand in my haste. Of course, someone has to get hurt. This had gotten healed from frostbite, too. Aspen? Sorry, Crow, I broke your...
I don't care about the stupid plate!
Instead of waiting for an answer, Crow gives my wrist and puts my hand under the faucet. Is still bleeding. He is very angry. With vigor and precision, he lathers up my hands with a green herbal soap until there are no signs of red. This seems to calm him down a little, since he's no longer grating his teeth. But he doesn't let go of my hand. Crow, I think I'm alright now. You can let go.
No, not yet.
Very intense, Crow. Very intense. I don't dare interrupt him, so I stare at him while he gets a hold of a first aid kit and takes out a small round container. Don't worry, it won't stink. He opens the lid, draws a finger into the creamy ointment, then rubs it all over my wound. It has a minty fragrance. Finally, he covers it with gauze. Honestly, be more careful, won't you? It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, I'll be more careful. That's a good bean. I don't think I should tell him I got hurt because he caught me off guard in the first place. Thanks, Crow. We're about to have some tea, yeah? I think I'll make us some tea. Alright. Great. Anything to get me out of this awkward conversation.
Nothing will come between us.
Nothing. No person. No animal. Not even a pesky wound.
I'll make sure of it.
Crow, I know you love me. I know you love Aspen. But you being a little creepy. Little bit. Little smidge. Here's day 3. Let's go. Come on. For the 100th time in a row, I look for the upper left corner of the screen. Nothing. I'm met with the same no service text, almost like it's mocking me. Ugh. Really, the only thing I can confirm by charging my phone is the time. I already know I'm pretty much wasting my vacation. No need to say it to my face, you dumb rectangle. Great. Insult skills, Aspen. Honestly, it still blows my mind that Crow has no idea what Wi-Fi was. I mean, come on, who mistakes Wi-Fi for Wildbright? Are we even from the same planet? It's kind of adorable, though. Plus, he does know what phones and the internet are. Thank gosh. But of course, he doesn't have either. Classic Aspen. Bad luck. Well, why is he so serious yesterday? I mean, yeah, I was bleeding a little, but that was not that bad. Whatever. Let's not overthink it too much, Aspen. You're doing something fun today. After getting my fill of yawns and limb stretching, I approach the wardrobe to choose the clothes I'm gonna wear. Oh, I get to pick the clothes, don't I? Do I? No, I don't. Yesterday, I insisted putting them in the drawers so they didn't wrinkle inside my backpack. Speaking of my backpack, I should probably take it with me. It'll come in handy for carrying any wild food or herbs we come across. Set. I'm about to turn around until I make eye contact with the bunny from the picture on top of the wardrobe. Although I did notice it the first day I came here. It wasn't in the right headspace at the time to actually care. It's pretty cute. I didn't know there were so many species of snow bunnies. Guess you can learn something new every day. I wish I could see it. It looks cute from all the way over here. When I reach the hallway, Crow is pulling the cords of the drawstring bag to close it tightly. The sack looks so full it feels like it's gonna burst. Damn, are you carrying a 10 in there? Aspen, I didn't realize you were up. Rise and shine, am I right? Indeed. Good morning, Snowflake. Morning. So, are you gonna tell me what you got in there? I guess it does look pretty stuffed, doesn't it? Let's see, I packed our lunch, a thermos with hot tea, some tools for foraging. Reconsidering, I think I should have probably taken space into account. Hey, now your assistant's got you covered. We can use my backpack to carry our findings. With a self-satisfying snort, I crouch and pat the bag lying at my feet. Crow claps his hands together and grins.
Thank you.
That will be a lot of help. Do we have everything we need then? Yes. Are you ready? I raise my hands in the air to show him the winter gloves he gave me yesterday before heading to sleep. I didn't forget this time. So I see. I'm glad they fit you well. Thank you for lending them to me. Huh? Oh, it's just... They were actually meant as a gift. Wait, really? Oh. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you so much. Just accept whatever he gives me. I wasn't expecting anything like this, but I really appreciate it. Glad you like them. Like them. I love them.
I see.
Even better. You, really want to keep your mind at all times, don't you? Because you're starting to succeed. No comment. God, he's so cute. Crow puts on his jacket and slides the drawstring bag over his shoulders. I follow suit with my own jacket and backpack.
Alrighty.
Now we're definitely ready. That we are. He takes his keys from the pants pocket and locks the front door.
After you.
It's a winter wonderland. Once outside in the snow, I glanced back at the log cabin. It's kind of weird to think about how a mere 3 days ago this was a scene from a blizzard. But right now it's so peaceful. The cabin looks kind of old in comparison to the inside. It's an interesting contrast, yet it still makes me wonder why it's like that. He's gonna lie. Not gonna lie, before we stepped into the snow, my memory of its outer appearance had still been a bit foggy. Guess that was a combination of stress, freezing weather, and passing out to someone. I feel a hand on my shoulder. Are you okay? Yeah. I was just looking at the cabin. Couldn't really appreciate it the first time because of the snowstorm, among other things.
I see.
And did it leave a good impression on you? Well, I fiddle with my fingers. It looks a bit unexpected compared to the inside. You can say a lot of the word old, you know. I don't bite. My cheeks turned scarlet. God, I really want to work on my poker face. When I moved here, the inside wasn't much different from the outside. It was just shabby, just as ancient. Wow, and you decided to remodel it? That's right. I'm not picky, but I very well couldn't live in a rundown place either. But then, why didn't you remodel the outside too? Was it too expensive? Not particularly. I just saw the charm. It had charm on its own. Something that appears to be a certain way at first, but then it takes you aback. An unexpected charm, just like you said. You're full of surprises, aren't you? Oh?
Does that mean you're even more interested in me?
Yes. You sure can be very bold, huh? I mean, you did ask. I wasn't expecting you to answer so honestly. What can I say? I find you very interesting. You're not the only one who can tease, Crow. I feel like you're full of surprises yourself. Look out, Forrest. Here comes the mind-boggling duo. And you said my jokes were bad.
Alrighty.
Let's get going, yes? Lead the way. The weather is really good today. Very clear and there's moisture in the air. Besides chaga and pine needles, we might be able to get some wintergreen berries if we're lucky. I never heard of wintergreen berries before. What do they look like? They're similar to red cranberries, but if you put them next to each other, the taste will give away which is which. Really? Is it a different kind of sweetness? Nope. Wintergreen berries have a minty flavor. Minty? And they're still considered berries. I know, right? Another wonder of nature. Wow, nature's so cool. You have minty berries. While keeping the conversation going, we continue walking along the snowy path for a while. I feel like sharks getting a bad reputation because of the movies, you know? But they're so more chill than dolphins. Appearances can certainly be deceiving. Crow stops dead in his tracks. What is it? Without saying anything, he takes my hand and leads me to a certain striped tree. I lift my head up and squint to follow the trail of the bark. Then I see it. A blackened mass protruding from the trunk. Is that... I didn't expect it to look like charcoal. It's actually a very good comparison. I'll show you how to harvest it. Crow puts the sack on the ground and grabs a big knife from inside. He then gains a bit more momentum and jumps towards the birch tree. And here, my friends, it is irrefutable proof the humans are related to monkeys. Thank you for coming to our Ned Talk. We both laugh. I'll be right there with you. Without wasting any more time, Crow reaches into the charcoal mass and cuts off a small portion. Finally, he slides down and joins me on the solid ground.
This is a chaga mushroom.
Oh, cool. I've never seen one before. I lean in towards the fungus. Unlike the black mass exterior, the core is a completely different color. Wow, it's really orange. It is, isn't it? It means this one's healthy. There we go. Alright. Let me carry it in my bag.
Thank you.
Snowflake.
Alrighty.
Just a little bit longer and we'll have lunch. Does that sound good? Sounds good to me.
Excellent.
We found the rare mushroom. When we reached the side of the forest filled with pine trees, the non-toxic pine trees, that is, Crow grabs a knife in his bag and carefully cuts off some needles. Once he finishes putting them inside the small pouch, we sit down on a couple of nearby stumps. At last, a place to rest my legs. Walking on snow is more tiring than it looks. It feels good though, don't you think? When I turn to look at him, Crow hands me a thermos lid filled with golden colored drinks. The little herbs floating at the top give it away. It's pine needle tea. I keep it in my hands for a few seconds and then take a sip. Unlike chaga, this tea is more aromatic and has a minty, slightly citrusy flavor. Yeah, it does feel good. Thanks, Crow. I drink the rest of my tea. My body feels warmer now. I think I like this one better than chaga. It's very refreshing, isn't it? You can have more if you want. Maybe in a few minutes. I'm starving. Right on the dot. Does your stomach have a clock or something? You were saying? Anyway, trying and failing not to look too embarrassed, Crow takes out a couple of toasted sandwiches from a plastic container inside his bag. Spinach, mushroom, and grilled cheese? I like the way you think. It's nothing fancy, but I hope you find it tasty. There's no doubt in my mind that I will. And I'm right. A few bites later, the sandwich is gone. Magic. God, mushrooms and cheese go well with so many things. It's almost criminal. What are you thinking about? That a filled tummy really makes my heart happy. I couldn't agree more. Trying new recipes and exploring new flavors is something I enjoy as well. Maybe you could also take inspiration from a nearby restaurant. I could what's wrong? I completely forgot about my car. The one that broke down? Well, kinda. It mostly just got a flat tire. But I should really look for it to make sure it didn't get destroyed in the snowstorm. Cars are freaking expensive after all. I stand up and pat my a few times to get rid of any remaining dirt. I'll be right back. Crow grabs my arm.
No.
We should start heading back. It won't be much longer until it gets dark. I just want to check real quick. Look, I remember this path. My car shouldn't be that far ahead.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
How do you know you're not making a mistake? You don't know the area like I do.
Bruh. Let me find my car. Not to mention, with the blizzard, your car must be covered in snow anyway, so it'll be even harder to spot. Is that really the case? It would be dark soon. We shouldn't be here when it happens.
It's not safe.
I guess it's true. That I don't know this area very well, but please, Aspen. Okay.
Thank you.
For understanding. With a hurried pace, Crow pulls back the containers inside of his drawstring bag. Let's get going, shall we? Yeah. Honestly, I like this guy's voice acting. He does so much better than me. Wish he could have done some more of the lines, to be honest. Well, it's a very silent journey back, isn't it? Almost home. Why does he sound so relieved? Let me go grab my keys. Sure. What was that sound? I mean, I should have put them inside my coat. While Crow is busy searching for the keys, I try to pinpoint the location of the sound. Where is it? I don't hear anything. I hear like a gentle breeze. That's... I raised my head and discovered the culprit of the flapping noise. Up on the cabin's roof, feet perched on the chimney, disturbing and piercing stare. There's a single crow. A crow with red eyes. You're the one who destroyed my car. We come face to face. How dare you? How dare you? I guess Crow doesn't turn into a crow. That would be too unrealistic. Where? What is this place? It's almost like... Hold on a second, am I dreaming? What's with all the fog? There's no floor, but I can walk just fine for some reason. Guess I'll keep walking. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Are you going to keep me walking this smoggy maze until I'm 84? I look like a freaking idiot. If I'm supposed to learn a deep, dark secret or whatever, at least give me a sign. A different kind of sign. Fog is kind of overrated.
Why are you still here?
Excuse me?
Why are you still here?
What do you mean?
Why?
Why are you questioning me, random talking crow?
Why?
Stop! I can't leave. I mean, it's very nice here, and I like Crow. Scratch that. I really like Crow. Don't get me wrong, of course, I miss my home and want to go back eventually, but, well, the bus won't even come here until the snow is removed anyway, so I don't really have a choice. Why am I talking to a crow? Not sure what I expected.
He cannot be trusted.
Come again?
He cannot be trusted. 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 Lies. All lies.
Oh, I mean, why did you destroy my car and get me stuck here in the first place then? Bunny picture, wardrobe, cozy bed, the wooden texture of the walls. I'm awake. I'm finally awake. God. I covered my face in my hands. What the hell was that dream? Did that really happen? Like, actually? Well, sheesh. I wiped my forehead with the back of my hand. I'm all sweaty. Better take a shower. And then here comes Crow. Oh, I really needed that. Can't believe I actually managed to sleep through breakfast. Again. Even after seeing the weird bird and all. It looks just like the one from yesterday. Do crows always have red eyes? Aspen? Yeah? Oh, thank God. I went to wake you up, but you weren't in your room. So I thought maybe I could find you here. Oh, sorry, I wanted to take a shower. Did you need us to use the bathroom? I'm done changing.
Don't worry about it.
It's alright. I just want to let you know that lunch is almost ready. Awesome. Not gonna lie, I'm actually looking forward to it. I really love your cooking. Crow. Sorry, you just caught me off guard.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I wouldn't mind cooking for you for the rest of my life.
What? Nothing, just talking to myself. Goodbye. Here, I'll wait for you in the living room. Okay, Crow. We know your games. We know your games. Crow's footsteps get further away until the sound fades into the distance. Well, thankfully, it's not awkward between us anymore. I think. Yeah, whatever. After getting dressed and drying my hair with a towel, I make my way to the living room. Less than 5 minutes later, Crow arrives with the usual food tray and places it on the table. All done. Help yourself, Snowflake. The comforting smell of stew makes its way up to my nose. It's filled with veggies, meat, rosemary, and the mouth-watering broth. Time to dig in. Oh my gosh. What is this? It's chewy and rich. I've never had this type of meat before. It's venison. Venison? Okay, gotta be honest here. Never had venison meat. Was something I'd try. Ever. And yet here we are. I never thought I would try it. And yet here we are indeed. Do you like it? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Excellent.
I chew and savor every mouthful of stew until only a few drops are left. But we don't waste food in Aspen Land, so I dip a piece of bread and clean the rest of the bowl with it. Easy. You really don't miss, huh? Everything was great as always. It's my pleasure. Besides, you always look so happy when you can eat my food. It makes it all worth it. Oh god, seriously? That's a bit embarrassing. But I guess it's no wonder. Good food does make me smile.
Indeed.
Indeed. What is it? Don't tell me I have food on my face, don't I? No, it's... I grab a napkin from the food tray and vigorously wipe my mouth. Did I get it? Crow doesn't answer. He brings a hand to my cheek instead. Hold his hand when you reach your turn. I tell you to buy me dinner first, but you've already cooked for me several times. No, I wasn't. He quickly removed his hand. You just had an eyelash under your eye. Right. It's true, see? Crow shows me his thumb in a panic. Relax, dude, I was just kidding. Or was I? You're not the only one who can tease, you know. We said that line twice. This is the second time we said this. Oh, of course, huh? First time we thought it in our mind, and now we said it directly towards him. Cutie. Anyway, I actually wanted to ask you something, Crow. Do you think we could go outside again today? I know it's not that early anymore, but I have to make sure I properly store everything we harvested yesterday. It's important that it's well preserved so it lasts longer. Oh, you mean the chaga, the pine needles? Precisely. Though it's a shame we couldn't find any wintergreen berries after all. In any case, why don't you help me? I'll teach you how to make a chaga powder. And if you want, I'll show you how to make one of my herbal medicines, too. Well, what do you say? Why is he avoiding the question? Why, Mr. Crow? Why are you avoiding the question of going outside, huh? He could have just said it was gonna get dark soon and we can go outside tomorrow. But he suddenly changed the subject. Aspen. Fine. I'll concede, for now. But you bet your ass I'm gonna ask again, Crow Boy. I can be very persistent when I want to be. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Sure, let's do it. Sounds like fun.
Alrighty.
Let's get the chaga from the kitchen, shall we? Crow opens one of the upper cabinets, taking out a coffee grinder, and puts it on the counter. Wait, we're not going to use mortar and pestle. That's not a bad guess. We're definitely going to use them for making herbal medicine later. For the powder, though, chaga mushrooms is a bit lumpy and much too big for a mortar, so we'll use the grinder instead. Oh, that makes sense. Once we both wash up, and we'll use our hands to break the chaga into small pieces so they fit better inside the grinder. And thus the powder is born. This is so cool! I'm glad you're having fun. Why should we do with the pineapples? What should we do with that?
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna make sure that a couple of bags of them are in the freezer. The rest are being dried on the piece of cloth, but it takes a few days, so. Then why did he say he needs to store the pineapples if he already had some? You know what? Forget it. Let's just see where this goes. We can make the medicine, right?
Indeed.
What are we making? I think a poultice would be good. It's pretty easy to make and only needs a few ingredients. Oh, that's like a skin remedy, isn't it? Yes, exactly. The kitchen counter is a bit small for us both, though. We should take everything to the living room. Sure thing. I say I'm in love with this guy, but I look so unhappy with his indulging in his hobbies more so. Crow grabbed a handful of herbs, a roundish container, and clay powder, and a knife. Well, I'll take a mortar and pestle, a cup of boiling water, and a small bottle of lavender oil.
Alrighty.
Let's start with the herbs. With incredible precision, Crow wastes more time in cutting all the leaves. It reminds me of whenever he cuts veggies for the meal he prepares. When he's done, he puts them inside the mortar. Okay, put some water on top of the herbs. How's this?
Excellent.
Crow's hand makes semicircle motions as he keeps grinding the wet leaves for several minutes. At some point, he asks me to add a few drops of lavender oil and a teaspoon of clay powder to the mixture. The final result is a green and creamy paste similar to pesto sauce. We spend a couple of hours making a number of poultries, creams, and ointments so that there's a hefty reserve in case of emergencies. I give Crow the last of the empty containers, and he pulls the Herbert ointment inside it with the help of the pesto. All done.
Yep.
I look so sad. Yep, all done. Thanks for lending a hand. No worries. It was an interesting learning experience. Wonderful. Like a kitten who just woke up from a long nap, Crow stretches his limbs for a few seconds, then starts putting all the dirty dishes away, including those from today's lunch. Oh, I interrupt myself when I notice the window. It's already dark. Sorry, did you say something? I was a bit distracted putting everything on the tray. Crow, do you think we could go outside tomorrow? And please don't avoid my question like you did this afternoon. Why? Huh? We just went yesterday, didn't we? And harvested plenty of things. At that. I don't see why we should do it again if we don't need to. I mean, it did take a while to find the chaga mushroom and walking towards the side of the forest and non-poisonous pine needle trees, but I don't think we really harvested that much. Still, he's probably going to make another excuse if I point this out. I need a different approach. Look, if this is about your car, it's not. Well, it's not only about my car. Apart from the plants, you also study animals, don't you? Yes. I want to do that too. You see, I happened to see a crow yesterday. For a moment, I swear I see his right eye twitch. But it's so quick and imperceivable that it's as if it never happened. Okay, and what about it? God, he's really not budging, is he? I can't help but feel the crow is important. But let's not mention it had red eyes, just in case. It reminded me of when you were researching their habits and stuff. Can't we just go out in the morning and see if there's any crows? Staying inside all the time is starting to feel suffocating. Plus, it was you who said that there were things we have to see for ourselves, right? Look, Aspen. I know that's what I said a few days ago, but it's not that simple. The weather here is very unpredictable this time of year. In fact, it's extremely likely that there will be another blizzard soon. What? In the meantime, I can give you a book on crows if you want to learn more about them. And if you're feeling suffocated, I can always open one of the windows, but we really shouldn't be going outside. Sounds like a little bit of isolation.
It's not safe.
He cannot be trusted. I'll still have to go back home eventually. The moment those words came out of my mouth, his expression pulls a 180.
Why are you so persistent?
Uh-oh, we're gonna get into a boss battle with him now. I hear that music.
You really want to freeze to death? Is that it? Are you that stupid?
Oh no. Oh no, you didn't. Now wait a gosh dang a minute here, you freaking lettuce. Who the hell do you think you are? I'm someone who knows the dangers and the implications of what you want to do.
Someone with fucking common sense. Something that you clearly don't have.
Ah, you're one to talk. You have a yandere session with someone with... I just met you not too long ago. What? Frick this. Frick you. I'm not going to sit around here all day talking to a pig-headed imbecile who thinks he knows what's best for me better than myself. Listen, things went very quickly. They took a turn so quickly, my goodness. I don't think they love each other all that much. They're already throwing around these... I mean, it seems like they have a mutual attraction, but one of them's already way too deep. And now he's just like, then maybe you should leave tomorrow morning. Maybe I will. Fine. Fine. With the conversation clearly over, I storm off all the way to my room. Oh, boo-hoo. He makes me so angry. I scream into the bed pillow and kick my legs on the mattress. Just one thing. One thing. He's just like, I don't want you to die in the cold. And he's like, bruh, I'm gonna throw a tantrum about this. What the heck is his problem? He can't even tell me what to do. I'm a freaking adult. He doesn't own me. I do have common sense. Probably. I can't deny that he did seem worried, but why won't he tell me anything? Crow, what are you hiding? I bet he's not gonna let us leave. It's day 5. He's not gonna let us leave. No way. I doubt it. Oh, we woke up. Morning already, huh? I yawn and stretch out my limbs. I didn't even change my clothes to go to sleep yesterday. The fight must have exhausted me. I still don't think the crux of what I said was wrong. And if Crow reacted like that, then he really is hiding something. But he's been so kind to me, I shouldn't have lashed out like that. I mean, yeah, he lashed out first yesterday, not to mention he's being really secretive, so I lost my temper. And in comparison to everything he's done for me, I don't think I could hate him, even if it ends up being a criminal. Well, I don't know about that one. I can't believe that went through my mind just now. Maybe I'm crazier than I thought. Still, the fact that Crow's not telling me everything, no matter how good he feels about me, means that he just doesn't trust me completely. I have to do something to change that. Well, I mean, he did meet you just a couple of days ago, and, you know, you've been very receptive, but that doesn't mean that he'll be satisfied. And for that, I need more information. Once I change my clothes, I go and wash up in the bathroom. I make sure to splash my face with a good amount of water. I need to be fully awake for once. Ironically, though, this morning is the earliest I've ever been awake since forever. Crow could still be sleeping. Should I make breakfast for once? I think he'd like that. Oh, we're gonna do the makeup breakfast for our yandere. Oh, Crow's not here. Okay, he's definitely sleeping then. Well, I guess it's cooking time. Cooking in the kitchen, Shuba. Alright. Alright, it's done. Mission complete. Accomplished, son. Once I finish cleaning everything up, I look at my creation placed upon a couple of ceramic plates. I don't think I'm a bad cook. I know I'm a bad cook. Well, maybe decent is more accurate, but it's been a while since I made these. I hope they're edible at least. To be honest, I'd like to investigate the cabin a bit more, but I shouldn't take any unnecessary risks right now. Crow could wake up at any moment. And no matter how hospitable he is, there's a difference between making yourself at home and snooping around for clues. He's not an idiot, and perceptive to boot. I shake my head and look in the direction of the kitchen door. Time to go look for him. Crow. Creepy Crow. Where's Creepy Crow? Okay, since he didn't come to the kitchen yet, he must be washing up. They saw you. Heh. Crow? That came from the living room, didn't it? Who is he talking to? As quietly as possible, I tiptoe across the hallway until I'm right next to the living room's entrance. The voices are definitely coming from the other side. I gulp. My hand touches the handle and ever so slightly begins to open the door. The window's open. That's unusual. Wait, what the? Is that a crow? That's why I keep telling you to leave it all to me.
What's the point if you show yourself? It makes everything more complicated.
Aspen isn't stupid. They already suspect that something strange is going on.
I would not have made an appearance if you weren't taking so long. This is the first time this has happened. At this rate, I'm going to have to visit their dreams again.
What the hell did you just say?
His face twists into a deep glare, ones I've never seen before.
Again? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Did I stutter?
Tell me one reason why I shouldn't kill you.
Because of the blood pact.
Oh my gosh. There's this whole other thing going on. What? You're lucky you look like that. There's a blood pact now? What are we getting into? What is that noise? Sheesh. I step away faster than a freaking blue hedgehog. These damn creaky wooden doors. No, think, only run. Frick. Please tell me I didn't completely screw up just now. Aspen? Okay, you got this. Act all natural. I didn't see you talk to a crow. I didn't see that, not at all. Beep, beep, boop, I'm a robot. Crow enters the kitchen and approaches me. Crow, buddy, pal, friend, fancy seeing you here. Fancy seeing you here in your own house. What the frick am I talking about? This is his home. Of course he would be here. Of course. I mean, good morning. Good morning. Kill me now. This is not the complete opposite of acting natural. Quick, find something to get me out of this awkward conversation. I spot my culinary creation not that far away from me. Oh, right. That's why I went to look for him in the first place. Oh, I made breakfast.
Huh?
What? I grab one of the plates and show it to him. They're not as good as yours, so don't set your expectations too high. Pancakes. Yep, haha, hopefully they taste okay. I was going to use honey at first, but then I seen you eat lots of fruit these days, so I thought I'd change it up a little bit and use some cranberry jam instead. Did I tell you to get up early to make these for me? Did you get up early to make these for you? Something like that? Can I try them? Go ahead. I mean, I made them for you. Go ahead, try them. Crow picks up a fork and cuts a little piece. Wow, they're so good. Really? Yes, you're just saying that. I'm not. Did you try them? Not yet. Crow cuts another piece and puts the fork in my mouth. I didn't expect him to feed me himself. Wait, why am I getting embarrassed by this? I'm not a high school anime girl. I'm a high school anime man. Well, it's good, isn't it? Not as good as his pancakes, though. I'll make some mint tea and go in with this. Why don't you wait for me in the living room? I guess the crow he was talking to already left. Sure. I'm about to head out when the crow touches my shoulder. Also, I'd like to talk about what happened yesterday. Would that be okay with you? Yes, I want to talk to you too.
Thank
See you in a bit then. Ah, yes, a healthy form of communication to bring it all together. You'll love to see it. So, I nod, turn around, go back to the living room. The window's closed again. I move towards it and try to open it. It won't budge. Either this is locked or my arms are too damn weak. It's one thing to dream about a bird speaking to. It's another thing entirely to have the same bird confirm they appeared in your dream. I'm not delusional. Something supernatural is clearly going on here. But what exactly? Ghosts? Demons? Something else entirely? And they introduce this stuff to the story. I'm just like... But it's okay, it's okay. That's my own particular preference. I like more realistic stuff. But blood pacts with a talking crow, you're just throwing me for a little loop there, I guess. As I've done a few times these past few days, I take a look at Crow's collection of books. I don't see the red one I took a glance at the other day. Crow must have moved it to his room to keep working on it. Maybe to hide it from me as well. Who knows at this point. Sorry to keep you waiting. No, it's alright. Crow places the usual tray on the wooden table. Soon enough, we both sit down on our respective seats and start eating. Even though we're sitting in the same places as before, Crow always chooses the one seat sofa. It feels like we are further apart than ever. The pancakes might have helped a little, but I guess things are still pretty awkward. Well, it's no wonder with our fight yesterday, and it's not even counting what I just witnessed a few minutes ago. Did he really not notice I was eavesdropping? I'm scared to look up. What if he decides to kick me out after all? I'm sorry. I went too far yesterday. I wasn't right. You even went as far as to make breakfast for us and all. To be honest, I'm feeling really ashamed right now. I panicked, and before I could stop myself, I ended up just saying hurtful things. I hope you can forgive me, Aspen. I'm sorry too. For the record, your lettuce hair is rad as hell. Thank you for apologizing, Crow. I can't say I wasn't mad, but it didn't fare much better, honestly. I'm sorry too. Also, for the record, I think your lettuce hair is rad as hell. Lettuce hair? Aspen! Haha, you should see your face. I mean it though.
Thank you.
If only you trusted me enough to tell me what's bothering you too. By the way, I thought about what you said last night. Do you think you could wait a little longer? I promise we'll go outside again. To forage, to study animals, whatever you wish, truly. The fact that you want to know more about nature, that you're interested in my research, it fills me with joy. More than I thought it would. But the weather really is unpredictable this time of year. I thought it'd let up sooner, however there is a very high probability that another blizzard will strike between today and tomorrow. And that's not even taking into account the scant few hours of light we get. Winter days are already short, but in this area they're even shorter. I just want to make sure you're safe. There it is again. Being safe. Safe from what? 'Cause it sure doesn't feel like he is only talking about the blizzard. Then, the bus won't be available the day after tomorrow? I'm sorry. He doesn't say anything else. I'm not sure what to say either. What is there to say? I can't even contact anyone because there's no reception, let alone internet. Is there really nothing I can do? No, there is something. Crow, do you think you could lend me that book that you told me about yesterday? Yesterday? Oh, you mean the book on crows? Yeah, that one. Sure. But are you okay? Can't say I am, no. I honestly am pretty shocked right now. What am I saying? Of course you're not fine. That was a stupid question. Still moping about it, it won't help me. So, I'll like to use this time to learn something instead. You're seriously amazing. What? Nothing. Let me give you the book. Let me not compliment you to your face. I'll just compliment you under my breath, and then I'll go get the book. Crow also walks towards the bookshelf and takes out the grayish hardcover without hesitation. He wasn't kidding when he said he could tell them apart. Here you go, Snowflake. I hope you find it interesting. Oh, don't worry, I will. Thank you. I hug the book to my chest and make a slight face and bend over, bringing my hand to my stomach. What? Aspen? Oh God, are you alright? Do you feel sick? I guess I'm not feeling too hot. Was it the berries? Sorry, I think I should rest in my room for the day. Of course, do you need any medicine? No, I'm okay. I just need to take it easy. Alright. Please tell me if you need anything, okay? I will, thank you, Crow. We've been overcome with a sudden sickness. Phew. Okay, I think that went well. I hope. Oh, we lied. Sneaky, sneaky. As soon as I take up my shoes to climb into bed and make myself comfortable, I put the book on my lap and turn to the first page. Are we going to read about crows now? Oh, yes, we are. A study on crows, intelligent, adaptable, and self-aware. Time to learn about crows. Corvus, an especially well-known genus composed of medium to large-sized birds, which makes a third of the species of the Corvidae family. The most commonly known includes ravens, rooks, and crows. While 133 species of Corvidae have been discovered to this day, only around 49 are included inside the Corvus taxonomy. Taxonomy? Going even further than that, there are approximately 36 of these species which belong to the crow family alone. Holy, 36? Wow, I didn't even think there were so many variants. Crows are passerine songbirds that are generally black in color, although exceptions have been witnessed when it comes to different species. This applies to their sizes as well as to the color of their eyes. Interesting. The next several pages contain a detailed classification of 30-something species of crows up to date. These include their scientific names and a group of several drawings, most probably drawn by Crow himself, portraying their appearance. Black eyes, white eyes, come on, there's gotta be one with... Here. White-necked crow, overall appearance is black, with a few white feathers on the base of their necks, though rarely visible. Their eyes are a distinctive crimson red. No, this isn't it. This isn't it at all. It's completely different from the one I saw the one of my dream. If anything, is most similar to them. If anything, the most similar of them all has to be the carrion crow, but those have black eyes. Is it a new species then? Or is it not even a crow? Well, there's no other way. To get the answers I want, to get the answers I need, I have to go outside. I have to go outside and find that red-eyed crow. Day 6. Outside. Right? It's 6:30 a.m. I put my phone back in my jacket's pocket. Last once over. Backpack? Check. Water bottle and snacks? Check. Knife? Check. Gloves? I slip one of my thumbs out of the worn cover enveloping my hands and caress the wool fabric. Check. Okay, I have everything. Thank God I asked Crow yesterday to open this window a little bit so I could get some fresh air during dinner time. Now I know how this dang thing works. Can't leave for the front door after all. He'll probably has the keys in his room and I'm not risking waking him up. Honestly, I wish I could have left from my room's window, but that freaking thing is sturdier than a rock. Mistakes were made. Alright, let's do this. Better be quick. Nailed it. No time to dawdle, though. I only got a few hours until it gets dark again. First things first, I need to find my car. Trudge, trudge, trudge again. It's so quiet. I hear the wind. No birds, though. Too quiet. I can't help but feel some kind of unsettling presence in the air. Am I being too paranoid? Am I gonna find my car? How much longer until I find at least something? This feels so much like the first day I got here. There really isn't anything but snow and big-ass trees. That's the moment I arrive near the road, I spot a white metallic sheen that is all too much familiar for me to mistake it. My car! Ah! Ugh. What the frick? What was that? What's going on? I don't know what that was. I don't see anything. I try approaching my car for a second time, for good measure, but the moment my foot gets near the wheels, I'm set flying to the ground once more. What the heck is going on? I'm gonna run to my car again? Okay, careful now. Unlike the first two attempts, I only try to put a hand near whatever the hell is preventing me from reaching my wheeled companion. I don't fall this time, but there's definitely something there. Something like a force field of some sort. Oh, now we're getting into the supernatural. Oh boy. Well, if anything, this proves that there are paranormal things at play even more. I crouch down to hug my knees and bury my head between them. What do I do? What can I do? How the hell do you defeat the supernatural? I should look for that crow. Even though my eyes are still closed, I shut them even tighter and squeeze my arms with my hands, like a silly ritual to brace myself. Time has stopped. Huh. Once I'm back on my feet, I spot an odd line of snow between my feet and the car. A line I hadn't noticed before. What the? Is this a line of the force field? I glance both to my left and right. The trail in the snow keeps going further and further. Guess there's no way around it. I'm gonna follow the line. Step by step, I follow the line until, not that far from where I was walking, a reddish stain brings me to a dead stop. Is that dirt? No, it's too red to be dirt. I move faster. Then I see it. This wasn't here before. A strange symbol is carved in the snow. Perhaps a snowflake. Perhaps a star being pierced by arrows. It's disturbing all the same. The center looks like an open eye. The hue that's ingrained into the lines makes it look like veins. It's unmistakable, it's unsettling, and it chills me to my very core. Blood. Ah! The mysterious crow flaps his wings and lands right next to me, putting himself between me and the symbol. He stares. He stares so deeply into my eyes, I feel a shiver coming.
You can't leave.
Oh, really? Yeah, I kind of figured already. Is that what I would want to say to him? But this isn't the time to be sarcastic. Why? The crow glances at the symbol, then back to me. He won't let you. I don't need to ask him who he's talking about. Still, this bird is no saint either, if he even is a bird at that. Crows seem to imply he looked like one. I also haven't forgotten what he told Crow yesterday.
He's a liar.
Why? He pauses, considering my question for a moment. Then he plucks the feathers on his back, or pretends to do so. The crow's eyes are on the symbol yet again.
There is something he hopes to achieve.
I see. The crow looks puzzled when I open my backpack. Don't know if this will work, but it's the best I've got. I hope there's at least some bird instinct inside of him. If you tell me what he's hiding, I'll give you a whole granola bar.
Are you mocking me, human?
Human, huh?
You think I would fall for such a stupid bribe?
A bribe? Pfft, perish the thought. Yes, this is a freaking bribe, and you better fall for it, you cryptic, crooked beak. I can see the granola ball's reflection in his eyes. He's tempted. Very tempted. But not entirely convinced. Oh, come on now. Don't get your feathers in a twist. I'm just sharing a snack with a very smart bird who warned me about intimate danger is all.
One is not enough.
This freaking... Okay, I'll give you both granola bars. Happy now? Without answering, the crow pulls the bars from my hands with such vigor, and he tears my gloves. Ah! And the sting in my palm makes me bring my hand close to my face. Figures, stupid bird, tore my skin. It's like you've never eaten before. When I look back at him, he's already licking the crumbs from his beak. And it's not just the crumbs. A small drop of my blood seems to have made it into his mouth as well.
Still not enough.
What did you just say? He turns his neck in my direction. I gulp and take a step back. Behind the cabin. Huh?
Go further beyond the cabin, then head straight. You will find your answers there.
I thought you said was still not enough, though. Wait. Ah. Jeez, you... Huh. The symbol's gone. Why does it make me uneasy? Can't say I fully trust the bird either, but I have no other leads. Let's go behind the cabin. There it is again. What is this feeling? It's as if someone or something was watching me. I wonder who that could be. Lettuce head. Damn, it's getting darker and there's a bunch of clouds too. I should hurry up. Crouching down as much as possible in order to avoid the windows. Better be safe than sorry. I move forward in slow but steady steps until the cabin's far enough for me to walk at a quicker pace. What? What the heck is this? A huge mass of decaying wood surrounds the area. Everything is gloomy, hushed, disturbing. Small, decrepit houses that look like they haven't been inhabited in decades. Traces of what once was a wide-ranging crop farm. Eerie, soulless, obscure, abandoned. The light has gone. A ghost town. The thing behind Crow's log cabin is a literal ghost town. It's pretty much impossible to let go of the shock and utter disbelief I'm feeling right now, but my eyes start adjusting to the scene nonetheless. Wait, is that? What I initially thought was a piece of broken wood from one of the vacant houses now starts to look more and more like a crooked sign. Though the words are somewhat faded. No wonder, the sign is pretty much ancient. They are all ill-distinguishable. Let's see what it says. Important notice. Danger zone. Do not enter. Due to a long bout of unprecedented winter weather, this area has been closed off to the public. By unanimous decision of the Sendrian government, an agricultural and urban expansion has been approved in order to migrate the farmsteads of the village, formerly known as Leyden Spring, now Winter's Hollow, to the town of Veritas Falls. We apologize for the inconvenience. Thank you for understanding. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. How the freaking flip did I end up in this place like this? Is this a demon zone? Hell? Is Crow even human? Did I piss someone off in a past life or something? You've gotta be shitting me. If I speak too soon one more time, I swear I'm gonna punch myself repeatedly. Thank the freaking heavens that's so close by. Demon, vampire, alien, whatever the hell, I'll die frozen now if I don't get in that cabin ASAP. Dignity and Plan B can wait. As I run as hard as I can and head to the outside of the living room window. I'm prepared this time. I'm not going to pass out in the snowstorm. Ah! The current of air is so strong that I almost fall face first into the room. I go inside, and once I manage to make the window's panes meet, I lean my whole body weight into the glass. Just a little more. Finally. Damn you, strong-ass wind. Where is Crow? Why do we
Told
care?
you a blizzard was coming. I told you again and again. I told you, and you didn't listen.
That's a little close for comfort now, Mr. Lettuce. A little close. Crow grabs my wrist and pins me against the wall.
Why? Why don't you ever listen to me? Why are you so desperate to go outside? Have I not been kind to you? Fed you? Given you a place to stay? Why? Why do you want to leave me so bad?
I just went outside for a winter stroll. You don't have to get all like this. He grasps me even tighter. You're hurting me.
Oh, I'm hurting you? That's rich. Fantastic. Just great.
It is.
What about when you left without saying anything? What about when you fucking lied to my face, thinking I wouldn't notice? How do you think that made me feel? I'm hurting you? What about what you've done to me? What about what I feel? Am I really not enough? Do you hate me that much? Answer me! What do I have to do for you to stay?
I can feel his hands trembling on my wrist. I release one of my hands from his grasp and caress his cheek. But he pulls back. Crow. Relationships shouldn't be built on lies. You said I lied to you before, didn't you? Well, I'll cut to the chase. You're right, I did lie. But so have you. You have lied to me many, many times. About Winter Hollow being an inhabited village. About a bus ever coming by. About what the real danger I'm facing in this place is. 'Cause I think it's less about the weather and more about the chit-chat from a certain talking bird. Crow. Relationships shouldn't be built on lies. If you really truly care about me, tell me what's going on. I need to think. Honestly, so do I. I take off my jacket and carry it on my arm. We should be able to talk better after we both get some sleep. I'm not going anywhere. I need answers, and once I get them, Do I actually need to go back home? I better head to my room. Yeah, I'd rather stay with the demon yandere and do some, some paranormal stuff with the talking crow instead of going back to work, I guess. Earlier, when I mentioned the talking bird, he reacted. He looked anxious, scared even. Maybe he's worried about how I'm going to react. And where does the blood pack fall into this? What does it mean? There has to be something I can do. What if its stupid bird is threatening to do stuff against his will? I have to make sure Crow trusts me. Whatever happens, I'll make sure he trusts me. Day 7. This is a long week. Figures. I couldn't sleep. Well, who can blame me with how action-packed yesterday was? Scratch that. With how action-packed this whole week has been. A lot has happened in a very short time. But what surprised me the most is myself. I mean, normally people would scare and be put off by Crow in this whole situation, right? Especially given how much he's lied. Even if he pushed me against the wall yesterday, who's to say he won't go even further? And yet, I didn't mind. I didn't mind it one bit. He was showing me his true self, or, well, the part of himself that he didn't want to show, rather. Because I wouldn't say he's never been genuine. I was more worried about him kicking me out if I discovered all the secrets in his relationship with the red-eyed crow. I was more hurt by the fact that he didn't trust me, lied to me even, than I was the subject of his lie instead. What is this? Why do I have such strong feelings for him, when it's only been a week since I met him? I've known other people for far longer that I've never felt this kind of connection with anyone else. I must be crazy. I think you both are. Aspen, are you awake? I am. God, I'm so glad you answered. Yes, indeedly do. I'm not much of a point pretending I'm not, right? Haha. Could you be any more awkward, Aspen? You need lessons on socializing skills pronto. Still, he hasn't left, so I'm probably overthinking. Did you want to ask me anything? Look, there's something really important I have to tell you. Yeah, I bet. Is it about yesterday? In a way. Will you let me ask questions, too? Of course. You sounded anxious. I wish I could hug him right now. Can you come to my room? We'll talk. There. Sure thing. Let me get changed. I'll knock on your door once I'm ready.
Thank you.
Snowflake. Alright, let's do this. I'll just put on my winter jacket. Once I take the clothes I'm going to wear from the wardrobe, I head to the bathroom for a quick shower. Wait, okay, hopefully I didn't take too long. Didn't even wash my hair, so I could be faster. After a couple of minutes of mulling over silly stuff, I knocked on the door. Crow, come in. Whoa, this is a nice room. He even has an easel. Beautiful. Whoa. Although the room is unfamiliar, I find myself comforted by coziness of the same cabin walls I've already become so familiar with. As expected, Crow's space is full of books and research papers scattered throughout the work desk shelves, and even the floor. The desk has also had a cupboard on top, filled to the brim with bottles of plants, medicine, creams, and other indistinguishable vessels. What takes me more by surprise, though, are the paintings covering the part of the wall and the easel lying against the window. Wow, these look amazing. I almost thought they were in photos with all that detail. Wait, I don't think I read that right. Thank you. Painting is a hobby of mine. It helps me clear my head and relax, especially when I'm not feeling well. I guess you could call it kind of meditation. It suits you. Do you like drawing too? Very much so. I mean, you've seen his books that he has made. He drew the animals and stuff in them. You know he draws. Though I sometimes draw for research purposes too. Makes sense. Your drawings in the Crow book were really good. And the Crow painting. I take a few steps to give it a closer look. No red eyes. Instead, they're more of a bluish black. Deep and mystic. I love it too. You're an amazing artist, Crow.
Thank you.
I'll make you one sometime. I like that. We stay silent for a few minutes, not sure how to continue the conversation. Small talk can only get you so far, after all. We need to address the elephant in the room. The tension proves to be too much for me, so I try to break the silence. Crow. Sorry, do you mind if we get to the topic at hand? We really need to talk. Oh yeah, for sure. I was going to tell you the same thing, actually. Ready when you are. I'm all ears. Crow nods and signals me towards the bed while he sits on the desk chair. Once he makes sure I'm comfortable, he takes a deep breath and looks me right in the eye. First things first, is there anything you want to ask? Wait, let me rephrase that. Is there anything you need to ask no matter what? Well, to be honest, there is one thing in particular that I can't get out of my mind. Go ahead. Are you human? Crow audibly gasps, as if it wasn't the question he was expecting. Soon enough, however, the surprise is replaced with a sad smile. Yes, and no. Now it's my turn to gasp. Hey, not enough info! What do you mean yes and no? Are you like half human or something? Wait, how does that work? My probably My body is pretty much the same as any other human being, with some exceptions. What are those? One of them is you can probably already guess. Crow's eyes are very distinctively red, and I doubt it's due to some kind of rare pigmentation. Still, lots of people use color contacts nowadays, so I don't think much of them. At first, the more I look into his eyes, though, the more I notice a certain glow to them. A glow that makes me shiver every time I felt his gaze. You were the one watching me when I was outside to meet the red-eyed crow, weren't you? That's right. Well, more accurately, the bird's eyes were watching you. Well,
I can see through the eyes of crows in Winter Hollow.
is that why your eyes are red? Yes. Okay, that's kind of rad, not gonna lie. Why does your answer not surprise me? What about the other thing? Knowledge.
Knowledge about nature.
As much as I can learn from stuff from books, it will never compare to the knowledge I can receive firsthand from the environment itself. Even if there's a deep darkness within it, even if I can't leave the area anymore, even if I have the entire darkness to myself, I'm willing to make the sacrifice. Why do I feel like there's something he's not telling me? You heard what I was talking about with the crow the other day, didn't you? I nod. Do you remember what he said? Who could forget something like that? He said you had a blood pact. Exactly. What is that bird, anyway? Some kind of demon? There were others like him, too.
They're red scavengers. Demonic animals who feed on human blood and meat.
Oh. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up. They're not feeding on you, are they? It's me you're worried about. No, Snowflake, they're feeding on other humans. Humans that I've been getting for them whenever they died in the snowstorms. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. You have so much food. Can't they feed on that? I'm afraid my reserves are limited, Aspen. I did get a huge supply when I moved here, though, and I tried to preserve as much as I could in my pantry. I wasn't born into a hunter-gatherer village for nothing. You have a pantry? Wait, no, we can't talk about that later. Even so, if you have that many reserves, they could eat. It's not that simple, Snowflake. They need humans to survive. And as I mentioned before, I can't leave the area as part of the Blood Pact. Are these scavengers some kind of weird vampire galbirds? Yes. Wow. Okay, now everything's starting to make sense, but why? That bird tried to set me up. He tried to make me despise Crow so he could get his gourmet human dinner. Yet for some reason Crow was taking too long. You said one of the things they gave you was knowledge of nature. Have you learned anything else apart from what they taught you? Because no matter how almighty they might be with their demon powers or whatever, I can't imagine this deal being good in the long run. There's only so much nature in Winter Hollow, you know. If you can even call it nature nowadays, that is. Eternal winter isn't very typical, and I imagine even the demon crows are becoming antsy with so few humans passing by. Crow clenches his fist. He doesn't elaborate, but he doesn't deny anything either. Why aren't you blaming me? Huh? What do you mean? Please tell me that you're joking. I seriously don't know what you're talking about.
I fed humans to demon birds. I was going to do the same with you.
But you didn't.
No.
Why? Crow bites his lips so hard, I can almost taste the iron myself. Why? I'm sure you're already tired of hearing me say this all the time, but the weather in Winter Hollow is so very unpredictable. It wasn't always like this. Farmers actually lived here before. What, for real? Every year, they would stay for 3 whole seasons and leave before winter even began. All so their cattle didn't have to withstand the cold. Of course, this was when the weather was actually normal, when the village was still called late in spring. In spring, I see. So the sign I saw yesterday was a real deal, huh? What happened? No one knows. What? But Believe me, I'm not fond of them either, but they're not to blame for the never-ending winter. They're just the reason why I made the pact in the first place. I just couldn't bring myself to leave late in spring.
I had to know what was causing this strange weather, how it affected nature, how it possessed other animals to survive under such harsh conditions.
But it's called adaptation, right? But of course, I'm only human. I couldn't possibly risk it to the point where my body would break. I needed something more powerful. That's when I met the red scavengers. They never appeared before that? No. That's what's so strange. I knew late in spring top to bottom, yet I've never seen creatures like them. They're strong enough to withstand blizzards. They just don't have the energy to kill humans or move them around. So that's what made the pact. Yes. I never really killed any humans myself, though. The snowstorms did all the work for me. Well, not all the work. There are times when snow covers the corpses so much I had to get a shovel. It's been hard to spot them too lately. I don't know how long these demons can take without eating humans to survive, but if it's been as long as Crow is implying, they might have been desperate. And me conveniently passing by was the chance they needed. If that's the case, why am I different then? From what I'm getting, it seems like you've been struggling with getting any humans in the area. Why leave me be? I was surprised myself. Huh?
You were the only one who asked for help.
You can't be serious.
Unbelievable, right? Out of all the people who got stuck here, you were the only one who desperately tried to survive. That made me curious about you. It made me respect you.
Wow. A bunch of people got abandoned in this area, and they're like, ooh, a log cabin, let me just walk right by. Seems legit. Okay.
Even though you arrived so incredibly unprepared, you still made everything you could with whatever you had at your disposal.
I don't think about that too bigly. I mean, I literally just walked here. I think he may be giving me too much credit here. Yeah. But I want to keep listening to him.
You were so amazing. I just had to get to know you.
And you ended up being so much more than I could have possibly expected. You want to know why I didn't feed you to the red scavengers? You want to know why I didn't care about them anymore?
Because I love you.
But I'll understand if you don't feel the same, of course, even taking into account my excuses. We only met about a week ago, all things considered. I don't let him finish this sentence. Moomph! It's a very quick kiss, but it should have conveyed my feelings well enough. Crow doesn't say anything. He just stands there in shock, red as a cranberry. I don't feel like teasing him right now, though I am nervous myself. Well, say something. Am I such a bad kisser? No. It's just... Is it really okay with you? Why wouldn't it be? I did not... did you not hear what I said before? You said you loved me. I gave you my answer. You'll be the death of me. Really? Don't care what you did before, Crow. I don't care what you were going to do to me either. I don't care that we've known each other for very little. I don't even care if every person in the world thinks we're a couple of deranged maniacs. The only thing I care about is you. I care about you and I want to be with you, always. Aspen. But no more lying bullshit, or I will seriously punch you in the face. I can't stand being left in the dark. God, you're so... You really don't know. Don't mind that I'm such a crazy bastard. Joke's on you, I'm into that stuff. I knew you were creepy. Besides, I'm a crazy... bister myself. Or, you know, I will be anyway.
Huh?
What do you mean? Take me to the Red-Eyed Crow. It's time to see eye to eye. Day whatever. It's been so many days, I just can't count all the days that it's been. The air feels so crisp and clean. It does, doesn't it? It's a perfect day for a date in the woods. Oh, is his hair graying a little bit? It's been that long. Crow tightened his grip on my hand and I squeezed back. Oh, you. Don't forget we got an errand to take care of first, okay? And we can enjoy this date as much as we want. Fine. I kiss him on the cheek. Feeling bold, aren't we? I'll get you later for that. Oh, whatever do you mean? Crow shakes his finger at me. Tisk, tisk. You're going to have to wait until we finish the job, Snowflake. Meanie. Oh, look at that. My eyes are red too. This is my route. Complete conformism. Woo. After walking for a few minutes, we arrive on the road next to the Waking Woods. Although the snow has been buried parts of their bodies, a couple of humans can still be seen laying on the ground. A little less than last time. You think Rory will be okay with this much? Honestly, he has no right to complain after everything you did for him and his siblings. Haha, oh. Don't get mad, Jewel. It's thanks to him that we have an internet now. Plus, not gonna lie, I think they actually enjoy sitting on the power lines. Don't you think? Animal instincts must be true for demons, too. The cables are the only things that make sense to me. I don't understand how the wild rye whatchamacallit works. Wi-Fi, Crow. Wi-Fi. Whatever. It's all mumbo-jumbo. What's important is when we get the job done. And I guess that YouTube stuff isn't bad either. Haha, come on. Give me a little credit. Making all those advertisements wasn't easy, you know. And I promise I'll teach you all about the internet. Don't underestimate a freelance graphic designer. Yep, I know. He cups my face with his free hand and gives me a smooch.
Okay. How should we deal with the bodies this time?
Let's take off their clothes first. What if Rory ruins them again? I mean, you never know, but they might have something useful.
You have such a beautiful mind. How can I be so lucky?
I was thinking the same thing. Then what are we waiting for? Crow bows and signals for me to go ahead with one of his hands.
After you, Snowflake.
And that's it. We made all those advertisements, I bet, to attract more people to the area. So they'll come die for the demon crows. Which... Wow. This is probably gonna get copyrighted. But I'll let the credits pray. So... that was our yandere adventure, where winter crows go. But... I mean, the whole pact is we collect bodies for the crows to eat. But why can't the crows find their own bodies? Maybe we have to cook them too or something, and crows don't have hands, so they have to cook them. Sir Soul. Very cool music. Love it. It just seems like an extra add-on, and I just like... I knew when his eyes were red that there had to be something there, but I just didn't want to assume it was gonna go into the paranormal like that, so... It could have just as easily been a weird pigmentation. I bet there's an ending where he kills you. There's like 3 endings, I think. Huh? And you, Snowflake, the player. I like that they don't like tell the premise of his purpose until like the end, though. Cause I'm thinking like, you know, he's living out there, he doesn't have internet. How does he make like money? Does he like sell books? Does he make all those medicines and sell it? Like, how does he get food? He has so much in supplies. How does he keep the power going? Does he pay for that? I don't know. I'm gonna go through it a little bit, but I'm gonna skip. I'm fine, but you shouldn't have changed my clothes. But I don't think, yeah. I'm so sorry about that. Normally I would just ask for permission, but you had passed out, and it was an emergency. He's got a point. I hate to admit it. Yeah, but if he hadn't had helped me, I'd be counting worms. No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'd rather not eat anything right now. Okay, that's a shame. Wait, what? A shame? Why would that be a shame? I was looking forward to cooking for you. What? I said that you probably haven't eaten anything since yesterday. He's not wrong, but it's okay. I actually had a pretty good meal yesterday before getting in my car. Thank you for the offer, though. Bye. Well, alright, but you will at least eat some lunch later, won't you? I'm sure. Great, I can't wait. Can't wait to cook for some stranger. This guy has some weird priorities. Just as a head up, is there anything I can do that you can't eat? I'm gonna be vegan this time. I'm vegan.
Alrighty.
Why don't you just wait for me to be in the living room? It's right next to the kitchen. Crow wouldn't really appreciate that, so... Or maybe he would smile and say he doesn't mind. He doesn't seem pretty hospitable so far. No, bad Aspen. It'd be still super rude to rub my feet all over his carpet. Besides, for all I know, he could turn into someone else the moment I mess with his stuff without permission. Breakfast ready. I just said I didn't want to eat. Did he wait long? I guess it doesn't matter. No, not at all. Alright. Wow, these pancakes look a little different. They don't have honey on them. I guess that means I'm vegan. For a moment, I think he made them for me, despite what I told him before, until he sinks his fork into the fluffy batter. That is... I see you're looking. Did you change your mind about wanting to eat? No, Goddamn, stomach won't betray me now. I bought an extra plate and fork, just in case. He gestures to his side, where there it is, in fact, an extra plate and fork. I can't believe I was so distracted by the pancakes. I didn't notice them. It's not like I haven't eaten in 3 days, jeez. I'm fine. It doesn't remind me. Crow covers his mouth, and I can see his shoulders shaking. You were saying? Without another word to add, I pick up my fork and grab the dish that Crow conveniently slid next to me. The fluffy sweetness of the pancakes combined with the juiciness of the berries, and the caramel-like taste of the syrup sends me right up to heaven. So much for not wanting to eat anything, I can't stop. In less than 5 minutes, the pancakes are no more. That was quick. Looks like someone was hungry after all. That's embarrassing. What am I, a kid? Sorry about that. I got a bit too excited. Nothing to be sorry about. I'm happy you like them so much. They were fantastic. Did you use maple syrup? Birch syrup, actually. Since there aren't maple trees in this area, only birch and pine trees. Wow, that's really cool. He really makes the most of living in this area, doesn't he? Don't forget the tea, though. It'll warm me right up. Time to protest. Please, could you maybe not call me that? We don't really know each other that well, so it's kind of... Oh god, I'm so sorry. It's completely out of line, wasn't it? Hey, it's okay. You don't need to apologize so much. No, I get it. I just had this weird habit of getting people pet names to the people I like. Did he just say he likes me? Even though we just met? I still would have appreciated if you didn't call me that. Please. I understand. Thank you. But it was so cute in the last game. What others think this is excessive. It's not like I'm gonna see this guy ever again when I get to Frost Peak Town. And yet, I don't want someone I barely know to call me that. I have to be true to myself. Add 2 teaspoons of sugar and stir. That's alright. I'm glad you're letting it all out. He's being so sweet, I almost want to cry, but I feel embarrassed about being so vulnerable with a person I barely know. I'm not sure about staying. I don't know. I'm not sure. Crow doesn't answer right away. Instead, he lets out a deep sigh and avoids looking at me, as if he was disappointed. He crossed his arms. He fidgets with his braid. He bites his lip. Once he's satisfied, he makes eye contact once again. The way he's staring at me is so icy, it leaves me petrified. You're not sure? Then what are you sure about? What do you intend to do? Well, what could you possibly do in this kind of situation other than what I just suggested? Because I can assure you, there aren't many other options. Unless freezing to death is in your plans. Which, by the way, almost happened yesterday. Why is he being so hostile all of a sudden? Oh my god, dude. Can you chill the hell out? I mean, we're in winter time. It's time to get cold about it. I can assure you I'm quite calm. It is you who is not thinking clearly. I just said I wasn't convinced, not that I wouldn't stay. I kind of like to keep my options open, okay? And you know, I'm not feeling like I'm being forced into something I don't want to do. Making decisions in the heat of the moment is generally not a good idea. No, you're right. I acted out of line. It's just I'm worried about you. Not many people come around these parts. It'd be too risky for you to leave right now. Especially when you don't know the area. And I hope you like to stay for a little while longer. I really don't like the idea of staying with a stranger, a pushy one at that. But he's making a great point. I don't have much choice here, I mean, what else can I do? Hitchhike? When there are literally no cars around, after driving for hours. Oh yeah, sounds like a real winner, Aspen. No. It's either staying here or freezing in the cold. And I want that even less. He did help me, so I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe. Hopefully he's not so bad. I'll stay. What? I'll stay. Now you're just saying that. I'm serious. I'll stay. For now. Really? Cross my heart and hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. Well, not the die part. Crow laughs. In any case, thank you for letting me stay. It's my pleasure.
You're going to have so much fun you'll never want to leave.
I doubt it. Stop teasing me or I might just have to believe you. Let's not risk it. Let's put the book away. I don't know why, but that book gave me the chills. Thanks for waiting, Aspen. Yeah, no problem. Is something wrong? You seem a bit tense all of a sudden. Curse my inability to put on a poker face. Think of something, Aspen, quick. I was just thinking you have a lot of books. Do you perhaps like reading? Feel free to read any of them you like. Most of them are research-oriented, though, so I'm not sure you'll be interested. Have you written any of them? I heard researchers document their studies. They're a work in progress. I wonder if he wrote the red book I found before. You don't say. By the way, if you're interested, I can show you some of my favorites later. We got curry rice today. Delicious. I love curry rice. You do? I'm glad. I'll be sure to remember that. Wasting no more time, and before I end up salivating all over my clothes, I wolf down the meal with gusto. Every flavor is so rich. The sauteed vegetables with the savory and spicy curry that combines with the fluffiness of the rice. It's impossible to keep the smile off my face. I love food. I can't accept them. Absolutely cannot accept your gloves. I'm sorry, Crow, but I can't accept these. I'll be sure to return them once we're back. Huh, but why? Do you hate them that much? What? No, it's just, well, please don't take this personally, but I'm not very good with surprise gifts, especially when there's no real reason to receive them. A real reason? Like what? You know, like a birthday or something? Celebrations and all that jazz. I can't say I understand it very well. Does there need to be such a specific reason to give someone a gift? I just thought it made you happy, since you said you didn't have your gloves with you. And I appreciate the gesture, Crow, I mean it. I just really can't accept them. If that's how you feel, I won't force you. Thank you. Of course. No comment. I don't want to know you. I see. Well, no matter. I can't help but feel like he's disappointed. But how was I supposed to answer that?
Alrighty.
Believe me, I really want to leave. But Crow is nice, sure, but maybe a little too nice. Can't complain about his cooking skills, though. Still, it's just... I don't know how to explain, it's just weird. Not to mention, sometimes he seems kinda desperate. It's whatever. I mean, the bus won't come until the snow is removed anyway, so I don't really have a choice if I don't want to freeze to death. Why am I talking to a crow? Help yourself to the comforting smell of pumpkin soup makes its way to my nose. Wow. All the food, no matter vegetarian, I bet, vegan, looks good. It has a couple of parsley leaves and a pinch of pepper at the top. Time to dig in. Wow. Oh my gosh, the flavor is so rich. Do you know what the secret to a perfect pumpkin soup is? No, what? Making a sauté of the veggies before you add the water. Even better if you add a homemade bouillon cube after that. So, must be true then, because now that you mentioned that, I'm pretty sure I can taste fresh stirred onions. Oh, stir-fried onions. You're making me hungry, game. And you'd be absolutely right. So, do you like it? Oh, hell yeah.
Excellent.
I sip and savor every mouthful of soup, not soap, soup, until there's only a few drops are left. And we don't waste food in Aspenland. So, we do the bread thing again. Here we go, slapping his hand away. What are you doing? Sorry, you had an eyelash under your eye, so you could have just told me, you know. I can get it myself. I fill my face with my fingers until I find a thin little hair that doesn't belong. There, I got it. You certainly did. Anyway. Okay, this fight exhausted me. I still don't think the crux of what I'm saying was wrong, and if Crow reacted like that, then he is hiding something. But given my circumstances, I shouldn't get on his bad side. At least not until I'm sure I can leave this place. He clearly showed me his true colors yesterday. So, I'll be on my best behavior, until a chance to escape presents itself. For now, I'll keep an eye open and wait patiently. The opportunity will come. And for that, I need more information. Oh yeah, so we're gonna make breakfast to make him drop his guard a little. That's what we're doing. They're not as good as yours, so don't expect your expectations too high, but these are vegan pancakes. Did you notice? I know you're not vegan, but hopefully they taste okay. I felt like using cranberry jam instead of syrup. You got up early to make these just for me? He gives it to me, this time, not feeding me. Well, it's good, isn't it? Not as good as his pancakes, though. I'll make sure it's some mint tea to go with these. Why don't you wait for me in the living room? I guess the crow he was talking about already left. Sure. I'm about to head out when the crow touches my shoulder. Also, I like to talk about what happened yesterday. Of course you would. One of his work-in-progress books got moved to hide it from Aspen, of course. Of course. I'm scared to look up. Wait, did he really notice I was eavesdropping? What if he plans to do something bad to me? I'm sorry. I went too far yesterday. It wasn't right. You even went as far as to make breakfast for us and all. To be honest, I'm really ashamed. Yes, you are. It's fine. At least you apologize. Don't know how sincere the apology was, though. For all I know, it could be another attempt to manipulate me. It's the least I can do. It's really not, but let's not disturb the peace just yet. If I say what I'm actually thinking right now, things could backfire. I need to be patient for now. So he gives us the book on crows. Hope you find it interesting. Oh, don't worry, I will. Thank you. I hug the book to my chest and make a slight face and bend over, bringing my hands to my stomach. Oh, then we pretend sick, huh? Oh, here's the gloves, right? I slip one of my thumbs out of the warm cover enveloping my hands and caress the cotton fabric. Check. Okay. Why did it stop there? I feel his hands trembling on my wrists. I release myself from his grasp and push him away. Crow. Stop trying to manipulate me. What I want is for you to stop manipulating me. You've got a lot of nerve to call me a liar, you freaking hypocrite. Farmers living in Winter Hollow? A bus coming by when the snow's been removed? Oh, and let's not forget your friend, the talking bird. Let me guess, are you two in cahoots, planning to sacrifice me to the devil or some stuff? Aspen. Well, what's the matter? Nothing to say, huh? Too much honesty for you. I need to think. Go think about it. He didn't seem too worried about leaving me alone just now. I guess I can't really run away when there's a dreadful blizzard out there. But I'm getting the hell out of here the moment it stops, no matter what. I better head to my room. There's got to be a way to escape Winter Hollow. Earlier today, that red-eyed crow was very insistent on covering the strange symbol from me, as if he were afraid I might touch it. I still don't know what the symbol does, but I have a feeling it's the key to leaving this place. Whatever happens, I'll make sure this nightmare ends tomorrow, on day 7. I didn't sleep a wink. How could I, when there's been a maniac just a few rooms down, guarding the room's door with a must? I'm glad it stopped snowing at least. No signs of another blizzard coming either. I look at my backpack. It's not filled to the brim, but it's still full nonetheless. Since I hadn't been able to sleep anyway, I made the most of my time by packing my clothes and a few other things. This had included my water bottle, a knife I picked up yesterday, a couple of granola bars from the kitchen, and gloves. Guess I'm keeping them after all, huh? Whatever. No time for sentimentality. If I'm going to escape, it has to be now. Aspen, are you awake? Damn. Can we talk? There's something really important I have to tell you. Too late for that now, crow boy. Guess you're still mad at me, huh? Listen, I'll be waiting in the living room, alright? No, you won't. Of course he's going to wait over there. Can't have me leaving for the window again, can he? I mean, I could always force the keyhole from the entrance with my knife, but no, it would make a lot of noise, and Crow would catch me before I even managed to break it. I'll have to escape from the window in his room. It's smaller, a bit higher than the one in the living room, and let's not forget much sturdier, too. The Aspen from 2 nights ago did not appreciate almost breaking their hands. Basically, it's freaking pain to open. But I've got no other choice, it's the only way. Gotta pray it has a similar system to the living room's windows. I don't want to resort to plan B this early on. No more dawdling, Aspen. The faster I get away from this cabin, the better. I put on my jacket and get to work. Once my feet touch the snow, I break into a run. Okay, I've arrived at the place where I found a strange symbol. That has to be the key to getting out. No doubt about it. Carefully, I take a few steps to search every nook and cranny in the area surrounding me. Just to be safe, I make sure to check once more. Then heck, I even crawl on all fours despite the ground being freezing. And that desperate. Where the hell is it? I bite my gloved thumb. I think, Aspen. What are you forgetting? Think. Does it have anything to do with the red-eyed crow? Yesterday, I vaguely remember that the symbol suddenly disappeared after he flew off. A swift flapping noise made me look up. Although the faded and misty air prevented me from fully distinguishing the silhouettes on the trees, I can still make out several pairs of red eyes staring at me. Of course, the damn bird has friends. I don't know if it's intuition, self-preservation instinct, or a sixth sense, but everything in my body tells me to get the hell out of there pronto. I stayed there way too long. Crow definitely knows I left already. But I can't go back to the cabin. Where do I go? Due to a long bout of unprocessed winter, the area has been closed off to the public. That's right, Winter Hollow Village. Most of all, not the house that looked pretty run down, but maybe, just maybe, I can use one of them as a hiding spot until I figure out how to leave this place. I might even find some more clues. Didn't have much of a chance before with the blizzard and all. Right, as I finish mulling this thought over, a sudden chill up the back of my neck gives me shivers. It's familiar, yet unsettling, like the weird sensation of deja vu. The unmistakable, relentless feeling that I am being watched, that I am being mocked for having the slightest bit of hope. You won't escape. You'll never escape. Whether it's the red-eyed crows somehow sending me a telepathic message, my own negative thoughts, or something else entirely, I'm not sure. Whichever it is, I don't really care. I reject them all the same. Won't escape, huh? We'll see about that. Good. Seems like I'm not too late. No signs of any type of crow, bird, or human. The village looks exactly like it did yesterday, sinister and devoid of any souls. I can still hide in one of the houses, maybe even some clues if I'm lucky. I hug myself and rub my arms vigorously. It's getting colder. You got this, Aspen. It's going to be okay. There's no way of knowing it's that true, but I say the words out loud both to encourage and calm myself down. I better hide at one of the farthest away from the crow's cabin. Still, I have to inspect the other houses to see if I find anything. I walk to the first house. Nothing. Not even furniture inside. The second house doesn't fare any better. It has a couple of chairs at least, but nothing ever remotely similar to a clue that could help me. The cycle continues. Houses 3 and 4 are quite similar to the second one. A few worn-out tables have seen better days. Chairs so rotten they're probably not even suitable for sitting on. And a very, very old hearth. House 4 did have a desk with drawers, but nothing really of note was inside them. God, it's getting colder. I better eat something to get some warmth. I grab 2 granola bars from my backpack and scarf them down. That hit the spot.
Snowflake, where are you?
Uh-oh. He is outside. Right as I'm about to leave the house, number 4, I hear a distinct yet palpable voice of a man I'm running away from. Aspen. He's getting closer, almost as if he was a sort of ritual. After how many times I've done it by now, I leave for one of the windows instead of the front door. Unfortunately, because of my urgency, I didn't notice the wooden fence right below ended up crashing into it.
Hmm.
Ah, there you are. It breaks my heart that you had to go as far as escape from the cabin after everything I did for you, not to mention how dangerous it is to wander by yourself. Oh yeah? Because the Holy Mother of Lettuce here isn't dangerous at all. I just want to talk, yes? God, just leave me alone. How did you even find me so quickly? This area is huge. Crow doesn't answer right away. He can see through the eyes of the crows. Instead, he paces around for a few seconds. Is he gonna kill me? And stops right in front of me once again. How indeed. I hate being a party pooper, but I'm a little disappointed you're asking that, when you figured out so much already, Snowflake. His voice is playful, but there's a certain edge to it that chills me to the bone. His eyes are cold, even colder than the frosty winter air.
Not that it will change anything, but, well, if you must know, a little birdie told me.
Run. Run, Aspen. Move your legs so you have to stand up. Or perhaps saying they showed me would be a little more accurate, I guess. Well, details. I kick and flail repeatedly in an embarrassing attempt to get up from the ground, but it's to no avail. Even trying to reach my backpack to take out the knife, which shouldn't even take more than 5 seconds, seemed like an impossible feat. What's happening? Why don't I have any strength? Would you look at that? It seems...
poppies are already kicking in.
Oh, what? Snowflake, sweetheart, baby, honey. You really thought I was just wouldn't notice you stealing food from the kitchen? I figured you'd grab something easy to manage, like the granola bars you stole yesterday, but I couldn't be sure which snacks you ended up choosing, so I just added the powder to all of them. Oh my god, you drugged me? Drugged is a very strong word. I'm just putting you to sleep for a little while. I feel myself getting weaker, and from the look on your face, it seems I won't have to wait much longer. And weaker. And to think of it,
A little plant could be so powerful, so intense.
And weaker. To the point where it hurts to keep my eyes open.
Isn't nature just amazing?
I guess, man. Last thing I hear before passing out in the howling winter air is the sound of Crow's maniacal laughter. Crazy Crow, how dare you? I have to give in or I get drugged. Ugh, my head's killing me. What happened? Huh? I find myself surrounded by the same type of wooden walls as the one from the room I stayed in the past few days. Unlike my previous chambers, though, this bedroom had a lot of books and what looked like research papers, to the point where it could be said it's a little messy. Even the desk at the far end is drowned in them. A couple of paintings make the place look slightly more cheerful, but not by much. The most distinguishable ones are the crow painting, and the one with a couple of white flowers that remind me of snowdrops. What makes the room look rather sinister is the odd choice of jars. Jars containing herbs and other medicinal plant stuff. Good morning, sleepyhead. How do you feel? Although I try to move from him immediately, my body has different plans. Feisty, aren't we? Sorry to say, you won't be able to move much right now, Snowflake. Don't you dare call me that, you lettuce head. What the hell did you do to me? Oh, nothing much. Just need a little guarantee you won't be running away the moment you wake up. Again, might I add. So he drugged me. Great. Again, might I add. I'm glad I still have some powder left from the last batch I made. Tying people up is not really my style, you see. I spit in his face. Well, I'll be, that's not very nice. Crow wipes his cheek. At least wait until I get a test tube, yes? Wouldn't want to waste it. And he puts my spit inside a small glass container. I can't wait to analyze this. Wonder how many amyleses you have. You're sick in the head. Am I, huh? I guess love makes you do crazy things this is the first for me.
Oh, come on. You're making me sad, Snowflake. Won't you give me an answer to my confession of love?
This isn't love, it's pure obsession. Is that so? I'm afraid I don't see the difference. Oh, sorry, he was gonna say that. For fuck's sake. If this is how you treat people you love, I don't want to know what you do to people you hate. People I hate? People? Crow bites his lip, barely able to contain his laughter. That depends on what you consider to be people. No, surely you're pulling my leg here. Well, I may have been assured no one would bother us, be it people or something else entirely. I feel the color leave my face. Even though I'm certain and that they weren't on my side either, this isn't what I wanted. My stomach does a flip. Did you do something to the crows? He wasn't able to contain his laughter any longer.
I had no choice, Snowflake. They wanted to take you away from me.
Can you believe it? They actually had the nerve to demand I give you to them. Those abominations aren't even real clothes. What a freaking insult to Mother Nature. The Red King should really have fought the Blood Pack over. It's his own freaking fault for not knowing who he's messing with. In any case, I'm sure he got the message by now. Not like he can leave my pantry anyway. I bet he is glad he doesn't have to share food with his siblings. Crow approaches the bed and puts his hands on either side of my head.
You don't have to worry about anything. I'll protect you. I'll take care of you. Always. Forever and always.
Even when I reject him, he still loves me. Truly can't get away from this guy. Alright. That is good. 2 endings, 2 different endings. Not bad, is good. Hope you guys like this, Where Winter Crows Go. It's a pretty cool visual novel, and yeah, the whole demon crows thing threw me for a loop. I like the yandere aspect of it the most. No, I'm glad I got to go back and see the scarier end, so. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.